Okay, here we are back. We are back. And after a brief hiatus, 3 days out of the gym, we're back. And we're going to hit the gym harder today than we've hit it all bulk. We're going to go in there, hit the legs. We're going to do more weight, more reps, more volume. And it's going to be a great time. Going to start probably with hack squat. Been liking the hack squat. We're going to go up. So last time we did 315, probably 365 today. And then we're going to move on to maybe leg extensions, maybe another quad movement, then some hamstrings, some glutes, some calves, and that'll be the day. But, maybe we'll throw abs at the end as well because we've been out for so long, haven't touched the abs in a while. Maybe we'll do that, but we'll see. We'll play it by ear. All I know is we're going to go in there, obliterate the legs. And the interesting thing about today's episode is this is basically a bridge. This is a bridge. This is not the performance series because that's going to start tomorrow. I did the intro video for that today, which is Thursday. But I didn't want to take another day out of the gym. I'm itching to get back in there. I want to get back in there. I'm feeling better. I was a little bit under the weather. But I'm feeling better. I'm feeling ready to go. I'm feeling refreshed from a few days off. And it's time for me to go in there and crush it. So rather than sit around and not go in today when I can and I'm ready to do so, you're going to see me in there hitting our favorite thing to hit, legs. It's Thursday. We're on our new split. It is legs today. Tomorrow will be shoulders. Saturday will be arms. Sunday will be off. And then we'll hit legs again on Monday. Chest, back, legs again, shoulders, arms, off. And that's how we'll roll through it. So we're going to go in there. We're going to go hard. I got my pre-workout. Excited to drink it. It's been too long since I've had my pre-workout. But that is the story. And I think I'm going to not go in with a mic again. I'm going to go in with another voiceover because I've done a voiceover for a couple pool days now. And I'm trying to think what else I've done. I did the voiceover for a bicep-centric pull day and a back-centric pull day, which was pretty much a deload. But I want to go in and hit it for the legs. So one, I can go in and really just dial in, not think about talking to the camera, even though that's not a big deal. But the main objective is to give you some tips and pointers on how to increase the size, the density, the definition of your lower extremities. So that's the plan. I'm excited. I'm fired up. I'm ready to go. It's been too long. And I'm ready for the performance series. Starts tomorrow, getting up bright and early, out of bed by 5:30. And we're going to turn up our productivity with the performance series. So after all that, we'll see you in the gym. Okay, we're back here with another voiceover. Wanted to do one for a leg day, and this is a quad-focused leg day. Started with the quads. Reason why I wanted to do one for a leg day is because, of course, this is our most important body part we want to bring up across our entire physique right now. So it's important that we dial in the specifics. So when it comes to training the quads, there's two ways to hit them. The first of which is a pressing motion, and the second is more of an extension motion. So you want to ensure you at least have one exercise of both anytime you hit the quads, especially if you're emphasizing the quads. So today, or in this case, this is the day after, I'm talking about yesterday, but for today's video, we're hitting the hack squat, and we started with 135. Really the reason why we start with that warm-up set is just to get the knee warmed up. As you know, I had some issues with my knee probably about a few weeks ago now. It's feeling better ever since I took out the front squats as well as the back squats, the true squat movements, substituted the hack squat. But we've been making great progress. As you can be seeing, the last time that we did this, we did 315. Now we're up to 365, and we're feeling good about it. The reps aren't easy. As you can see, I'm pushing the entire time through the set, but we're getting good work in. We're feeling the muscle contract and expand, and that's what you want, especially when you're hitting the quad. So as you can see here, my stance is narrow, and I'm going as deep as I can without losing tension or bottoming out the machine for this hack squat. Reason why I'm doing that: range of motion is a must, especially for the quads, because if you think about how your quads operate, they are attached at the knee and at the hip. When you have full flexion of the hip and full flexion of the knee, that's when the stretch or the eccentric part of the motion will be maximized. Now, you want to ensure tension throughout the entire rep. That's why you see me not going all the way up, even though the range of motion is still full. And the stance is close because this incorporates more of your quads rather than your glutes, which a lot of times pressing motion with the legs can incorporate your glutes, but for this, we wanted to use the quads. So narrow stance, slow down, slow up, deep as we can go. And we did 4 sets of these, 12 reps each, plus 1 warm-up. So we did 1 warm-up with 12, but that was just 135, not really anything to write home about. And then 4 sets of 12, and I was gassed just after this. Honestly, I could have called it a day and known that I worked my legs out good enough just by doing these 4 sets of hack squats because of the intensity I brought to each set. But, you know, that's not how we do things here. We have to go to the next exercise, and the next exercise is one of extension. So when you're hitting the quadricep, there's 4 quadricep muscles, and truly every muscle gets hit anytime that you do a quadricep movement. It's hard to specialize or only target one part of the muscle. However, you can emphasize each part. So what this specific exercise, the leg extension, emphasizes is the teardrop to the inside of your knee. And you can see it pretty clearly here if you watch on the video. Mine's starting to develop, which I love that. Love to see that. That gets me hyped up, of course. But you want to focus on, one, the top of the movement, the lockout, to get a little bit of an isometric on your leg, and then keeping the tension throughout. Now, I'm using a lot of weight, and I think that using a lot of weight for leg extension is a good idea, but you shouldn't use too much to where you're not feeling your legs work. Your mind-muscle connection isn't there. You shouldn't use that much weight. So progressively overload, start at a point where you feel the muscle work, and then slowly keep inching it up. For me, I did 160, and then I went up to 225 actually, which was up from the 210 I think I did last time. And I finished with another 160-pound set because those lighter sets are good as well in order to really feel the muscle. What you want is tension, no matter what muscle group you're lifting. You want tension and you want stimulation. That is, you know, the name of the game. So however you get that, but, you know, when you're in a mass building phase, there is something to be said for pushing higher weight. And this is contrary to a lot of our thinking when we say we're bodybuilders, not power lifters, but we still want to push some weight. Reason being is because that's a surefire way to know we are progressively overloading. So we don't have to guess as much. So what I do in my training, I mix it up. I do some things that are loaded very heavily. I do some things that are loaded not as heavy and more of a concentration, mind-muscle connection type set. And by mixing these two up in the same exercise, it allows me to ensure that no stone is left unturned. And we're hitting the muscle effectively and optimally, which is what we want, especially for the legs, because I am trying to grow the legs. It is important, paramount, that my legs get better, more defined. So next we're getting into a little bit of a different exercise. This is the last quadricep exercise. It does incorporate a little bit of the glute by just the sheer mechanics of it. But as you see here, I'm tilted away from the leg that's working. So here, my right leg is working and I'm tilted towards the left. My foot is also angled left. So here in this exercise, I am really targeting the left, well, I guess in this case right now, the left sweep. So it's unilateral. I'm doing it one at a time and I'm focusing on the sweep, the quadricep sweep. So when you're standing and looking at me straight on, it's the width of the outside of my quad. And if you guys do a couple of these, say you got a leg press, pretty much every gym these days have a leg press, even Planet Fitness will have a leg press you can use. Try this out, angle your body. See, this one's even a little bit more extreme. Angle your body and allow yourself to really feel the, you want to go deep, especially when you do any type of leg press exercise. You want to get as deep as possible. You really want to bring it in, because that is the portion that's really stretching the muscle out, and then you want to feel it through the contraction. You don't want to just throw it up there. You want to feel it through the, the part where you're locking it out, or you're extending your leg. That's where you want to feel it. You want to feel it the whole time, but when you feel it on the contraction, or in this case, the press out, that's when you're really going to start building muscles. You're really going to fatigue your legs, and you're really going to stimulate muscle growth, hypertrophy. And I can speak because today is the day after, and I am sore. I'm maybe the most sore that I've been after a leg day the entire bulk. And I think that's incredible. We love muscle soreness because that is another indicator that our muscles are growing. If you're not getting a pump or you're not getting sore, something needs to be altered to ensure that you're getting both of those, because those are the two biggest indicators that your muscles are getting bigger, your muscles are growing. So if you don't have either of those, you need to talk to somebody, you need to watch some videos, you need to get on YouTube, you need to change your workouts up a little bit, whether it's more volume, less volume, higher intensity. You got to do something just a little bit different to ensure that you get both of those, because those are the holy grail. The pump is when you're in the gym. The muscle soreness is the day or 2 days after. And a lot of times the soreness won't be felt until the second day after. For me, today, my legs are sore right now. But sometimes it'll take 2 days, so give it 2 days, and always give it time. Give it a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even 4 weeks before you change anything in your plan, because you want to give it time to work, because sometimes it could just be, it takes some time for yourself to hit the muscles correctly in the exercise that you're doing. But if you've gone 4 weeks and you're at the gym, you never feel pumped, and you never feel sore the day after, you're either not going hard enough or you're just doing the wrong thing. And it's not your fault. The second one's not your fault. That's a, more of a knowledge-based thing that you need to do more research. But the first one, if you go hard, you should get a pump. If you're not getting a pump, you're not doing the exercise right, or you're not doing the correct exercises. Yeah, so that was good. Now we're heading into the calves. So for the calves, what are we thinking about? One, we want to make sure we stretch the calves. So, okay, just to start out, we want to make sure we're not using too much weight. The calves are one exercise where weight isn't the top priority, even when you're progressively overloading them. So we use the calves a lot. We use the calves to walk when we do our cardio. Anytime we're moving anywhere, any type of step you're taking, you're using the calf. So what we want to supplement here is the squeeze at the top, because there's not a lot of time that you're squeezing them really hard when you're walking. So we want to emphasize that. And of course, always the stretch. So that was the calves, went through them quickly, but you always want to make sure you hit them. I hit them in between the quads and hamstrings during this lift. I liked that combination. But now we're moving on to the hamstrings. And as you guys know, hamstrings have been a little bit finicky for me, but we're getting them better, and we're also lifting more weight. So I started here with 100, and that was just a warm-up set. Then we got into the working sets. We have been doing 150 pounds. Now we moved it up to 160 pounds. So we are increasing the weight. Our hamstrings are getting stronger, but I couldn't get 12 reps. That was a mixture of not wanting to injure myself, and also the weight was pretty heavy. So I'm glad that I went up. I got 10 on the first set, I think, You have to rewind it and count it back, tell me how many I got. But subsequent sets, I got 8 or 9. And, you know, it's okay. The goal is always 8 at least. Anything on top of that is a bonus. Of course, we like to get to 12. So regardless, I know that I worked my hamstrings well because today, hamstrings and glutes are just as sore as the quadriceps. So what I've been learning through this whole process is, you know, early on in my career, and I think even when I do cuts, my volume is extremely high. I'm doing a lot of volume sets, reps, 4 sets of 12, 4 different exercises, each muscle group, you know, 40, 50 sets every time I'm in the gym. But when you're pushing the weight and when you're bulking, I've learned that that's not the, you know, best, most advantageous way to grow tissue. And, you know, I was even studying a little bit of Sam Sulek. You watch his videos, and it's not like he's in there doing 4, 5, 6 different exercises. I mean, sometimes he is, but sometimes when he does that, he's only doing 1 set or 2 sets per exercise to failure. So I'm adopting a little bit of that. I don't need as much to get a pump. I have a great mind-muscle connection, and I'm getting sore and stimulated from less sets. I'm taking that into consideration every time I'm in the gym. So that's just an aside there. Then I went on to hip thrust, great gluteus movement. And what you want to emphasize here, I see so many people doing these wrong. They do too much weight, they do too little range of motion, and they do the rep too fast. So what you want here, you see me unrack it, you want to go all the way down, almost till it bottoms out, and then you want to go all the way up until your hips are above your knees. Now, it's not going to be easy to do. This is going to be rather difficult, but you want to have, over the course of a set, at least half of your reps do that, and then as you get better and better, every single rep will look perfect. That's where we want to get to. I know not everybody is there, but we got to get there slowly. And the way that you get there, I promise you guys, is you got to take weight off of the machine. We're bodybuilders, not power lifters. Now, when we get that good mind-muscle connection, we can lift, we can start to push more weight. But when you're trying to build it, you're trying to dial in the movement pattern, you need to reduce the weight. Now here, I went up, I was doing 275 last time that I did this exercise. Now I'm doing 315, sizable jump, but it felt good. So I had 1 warm-up, 3 working sets there, and then another working set. I guess I did 4 working sets. I don't know. I lose my train of thought when I'm jumping around in the video talking to you guys about other things. But anyways, got the work in, got enough done. And I think at the end, I didn't show this on video. I did another set of 225, but I was so taxed, so fatigued that I only got 8 reps and they were not pretty. Didn't even think I needed to include them. But I knew that I was taxed. So that's always a good feeling. And also not pictured, I did abduction and adduction. Didn't think you guys needed to see that. Actually on the abduction, I worked in with somebody else, so I didn't even film that. So got those in. Those are important to get in. Do them slowly, do them correct, but you didn't see them on camera. And then I finished here with some abs. So I'm doing the whole stack, so I can't increase load any further. The only thing I can increase on this now is the repetitions. And I was absolutely just obliterated. My body had had enough. You see my shirt, I'm soaked all the way through it. I had given it my all. This was a struggle on these ab sets. So the first set I did 25, and then I believe I did 4 subsequent sets at 15 reps. So we got the work in, we got it done, we got our abdominal stimulated, we got it taxed, fatigued, but it was not easy. We definitely had to push through, but you know, that is the reason why we go so hard to become the best, is so we can push through the obstacles when they present themselves and come out the other side a better version of ourselves. And I definitely did that in this lift, without a doubt. You guys saw it all on camera. I've increased the load in every single lift. I've given my all, as evidenced by the different colors on my t-shirt. It's now two-tone. Actually kind of like that a little bit better. But that's the story. It's another leg day. And as you see, the volume's not crazy high, but the stimulation is out of this world, and so is the fatigue. So don't hate on the lower volume. Just adapt with it, up the intensity, and grow. You know, use the mirror and the scale in your pump and your soreness as indicators of growth, and keep on pushing. So that's the leg day. Here we go, back to the kitchen. What's going on, guys? We're back here in the kitchen, and got back, freshened up, ate the food, relaxed a little bit. It's about 8:30, and tomorrow, as you guys know, starts the performance series. We're into the performance series. Tomorrow means I'll be up 5:30. We're gonna get our schedule dialed in. We're gonna get everything dialed in. We're going to get dialed in. That is the point of the performance series, is to tune everything up and become the best version of ourselves. So that's the story. The leg day today was a massive one. We had a great time in the gym today doing the hack squats, went up in weight on hack squats, went up in weight on pretty much everything. So I'm loving the way that my legs are progressing. We were tired, as you could see in the video. We were pumped, about as pumped as we could get, and really was a leg day that took a lot out of me. I'll be the first to say it was not an easy day. It was difficult, but we love that because it means that we probably, you know, 95% chance we put on some size today with the workouts we did. So we like that. I would say maybe 99.9, who knows? But I think it's a for sure that we added some size, and we definitely 100% we got better. So I'm excited for this challenge. It's going to be fun. I'm going to be waking up early. I, of course, reserve the right to change or alter anything at any time. This isn't like the Blitz where I wanted to, you know, just full go. There was no change in anything. This is different, okay? This is the thing that is most important and paramount is the bulk, but this is just something to spice things up. So, you know, I can change anything at any time. The best, most important part is the split is changed, the diet is changed, and we're going to wake up at 5:30 every morning. But if we need any naps or, you know, extra sleep, that is going to not be a problem whatsoever. So this is all just to move us in the right direction. But you know what I say. I say it all the time. You have to be able to adjust. You have to be able to analyze what you're doing, what you've done, and what you want to do, and come up with a strategic solution that's going to benefit you in the most optimal way possible. So that is the word salad for let's get fucking better. Let's dial it in. Let's eat correctly in large amounts and put on as much size as we can. So when we actually cut down, you can look at me and say, damn, he looks pretty good. That is the goal, and we're gonna get there. And I think we'll get there by Thanksgiving with this performance series. So we're here to perform. We're gonna put on a performance, and it's the series. It's the series of performance. We're gonna get to it. So thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for tuning in. I got more stuff coming. I told you guys I got a little bit of a secret thing coming on, but we'll get to that when we get there. Should be coming soon. I'm hoping by Saturday, but we'll see. It's new, it's exciting, and we're getting after it. So stay creative, stay blazing your own lane, stay being a G, stay being a savage, and we will see you for the performance series. Let's do it.